got is 24 hours. Live and die in 24 hours. What is really age but the same day looping in the phase of just 24 hours. If your neighbor does more with the same 24, gotta ask yourself what is your power? Or you living for the struggle or honor? Shit'll make a nigga summon forefathers. I'm just thankful that my mother brought fodder. Should've brung a double dozen more flowers. Uppers or downers, none of pure sour. Smoking through my last 24 hours. Same sun and moon, tug of war drama. Feel the tears look above and saw showers. I just wish I had 100 more hours. God's generous, but 24's modest. What we got a budget for? Can I borrow some of y'all? Spend it quick as $24. Gone faster than my mother's warm chowder. I could feel a tender love and pure power. Here's 24, her 24, there 24, wish 24's hours. Would you trade your money for hours? Trade your hours for a couple more commas. First you see the dark and then you see the light. Then you see the day and then you see the night. I'm just narrating what I see inside. Think of my creator, I can read and write. Stumble on my path, I think I need a ride. Struggle in the sadness, bring my evil side. Swallowing my ego when I eat my pride. Fighting to the end until I see the prize. All I got is day and night. Right? Night is dark, day is light. I say good morning, then I say good night. Day and night, my only options in the game of life. Play the dice, you lose them both if you don't pay the price. Night is black and day is white, kind of racial right. Sundial, it's made of ice like a glacier might. Calibrated the way I like, count to 24-hour hand. Rotate it twice, day or change the night. Mother Nature and Father Time had a baby and they named it Christ. They only son, I hope they raise him right. Daughter too, her name is Luna, but they ain't alike when sun is down. You see her rising to her greatest height. Feel like E.T. on his flying, levitating bike. You'll see my shadow on the moon cause I was taking flight. Living like I made a shine. Yeah. First you see the dark and then you see the light. Then you see the day and then you see the night. I'm just narrating what I see inside. Think of my creator, I can read and write. Stumble on my path, I think I need a ride. Struggle in the sadness, bring my evil side. Swallowing my ego when I eat my pride. Fighting to the end until I see the prize.
I'll be mad if you ain't at my wake. In a race, blasting faith and some pasta mace. Throwing bricks, wrapped in masking tape. Take me from the fifth down to Astor Place. Let me see the grin on the bastard's face. I'm coming from the kin of the master race. Next to Nipsey in the master's race. I know the code, so I crack the safe. Bury me with Sadie in his casket late. And we own her, so our master's safe. Bury me in polo with a gat on waist. Victory is sweet, I need the aftertaste.
First you see the dark and then you see the light. Then you see the day and then you see the night. I'm just narrating what I see inside. Think of my creator, I can read and write. Stumble on my path, I think I need a ride. Struggle in the sadness, bring my evil side. Swallowing my ego when I eat my pride. Fighting to the end until I see the prize.
Yes, indeed. All right. There you have it off the 24 Hours album. That is 24. I mean, off of the LSD album. That is 24 Hours featuring your brother, none other than a Red Pillar and our brother Cambada. All right. Give it up for the bro.
Bang, 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 bang.
All right. Let me, do y'all hear some static in the microphone? Is there static in the microphone? It might be time for a new microphone. Do y'all hear static in the microphone? Oh, we good. All right. Let me know what it do. Might have to hold the mic right. Yeah, I don't know what it is. I'm trying to fix the audio so we don't have to hear no feedback and whatnot. I don't know if it's my phone or what. But give me 1 minute. Let me fix this. All right. A little static, but we good. It's just a cable. Yeah, it might be. This microphone right here has been taking a beating and whatnot. This mic has been my son been giving this mic the business and whatnot. You know what I'm talking about? So I don't know what's going on. But yeah, I heard some people saying that where's the video at for 24 hours? That's a good question. You know what I'm talking about? That's a good question. I'm gonna be sure that I bring that up to my good brother Cambada the next time I see him. Y'all should go ahead as the fans and do a little more, do some requesting and whatnot. You know what I mean? Do some requesting. Send the brother some questions. Hey, when's that 24-hour video coming out, brother Rich and Cam? I think the streets need that at the end of the day, because I'm ready to shoot that. I watched what you call it, Rolling Loud this weekend. That gave me a renewed vigor. That gave me a new shot at life. That I'm like, wait a minute, I need to take this music thing a little more serious, because you know some people they out there playing. You know what I'm talking about? They out there playing like this is I need to rock that stage. If they on the stage doing that buffoonery, niggas just out stage running around rapping to their vocals and to their ad libs. Well, goddamn it, I need to get out there my damn self and put in some work. You know, you like Little Dirk's Rolling Loud? Yeah, that was kind of fire. I liked a few of them. I like Travis. That was kind of anyone that was lit. You know what I mean? They was kind of, I like the lit ones. Um, at the end of the day, it boils down to the performance, the connection to the crowd. You know how hype you are, how you feed off of the energy. T-Pain, he was rocking. Little baby was rocking. Little baby was rocking. I don't know about that Chief Keef one. When I don't mean to compare the two, but if you compare Little Dirk's performance to the Chief Keef one, I saw the stark differences. I saw where they differ at. You know what I mean? But yeah, there was a little something going on. You know, if anybody, if you want to get rich, like if you want to make $1 billion, if you could create any type of device that will help the rappers remember their lyrics, I promise you, my ninja, you will make $1 billion before it's all said and done. If you want to be in the Billy's Club, nigga, if you want to go to Mars with Bezos, my nigga, create that. Create the microphone or the device that will allow a rapper not to forget their lyrics, my nigga. You got you a sale. You got you a sale. No conscious balance on the stage, though. You feel me? Like, what are they really saying to the world? Like, yeah, Gunna was definitely out of pocket. The spicy niggas is real out of pocket these days. The spicy audacity bunch, the ones that sit at the lunch table, they real out of hand these days, though. They got a lot of audacity. You know what I'm talking about? They got a lot of audacity. 21 Savage stage show was lit. 21 Savage stage. Everybody is not, all of these artists are not stage show artists. One, every song is not for a stadium. Two, it's very important to build your crowd. To be honest with you, what the rap game is I think it's based off of turn up songs and followings. Like, who the fuck knows you? Because if you're on that stage and you're not known and you don't have a following, I mean, you could be wasting your time. You're gonna do a lot of work to try to impress some people that don't know you, really don't care about you. and really didn't show up to see you. So it's very important to begin to perform. I think that the conscious MCs, whoever they may be, they are grossly underrepresented. They don't have any DJ coalitions that ride with them. They don't got no program directors that really love them. I don't know if there's any stage. I don't know if there's any label that fuck with them. Like, what label do you think of when you hear conscious MCs? It's like raucous back in the days. You just automatically think of that label. I really can't think of a label. You know? Um, we need some hip hop back on them stages though. That's all I know. I mean, Mondem been locked down for about a year and change. And the first big show where everybody come back outside was Rolling Loud. And I think everybody was a little bit rusty as expected. When you're not on the road, you're gonna get a little rusty. I mean, god damn it. You know what I mean? It is what it is. But watching those performances and just looking at who has these hits, who got the like if Pop Smoke was there, that was a guaranteed body. I could already tell. If XXX Tentacion was there, that was an automatic body. Remember, if Nipsey Hussle was performing, that was an automatic body. Remember, I'm just bringing, if King Von was performing, that was an automatic body. Remember, I'm just showing you I could prove and I could show beyond a reasonable doubt, right, the amount of loss that the hip hop game has taken. If DMX was there, nigga, if DMX was there, it would have been a movie, right? If Biz Markie came out and performed, it could have been a movie. So remember the formula that you use to see how important a person is. You remove them from the scene. You take them out of the equation, and then you can measure the impact that said person had by their quote unquote absence. When their absence is felt, that means that the whatever space that they were filling, whatever square that they had lit up, they were a force to be reckoned with. Yeah, if Biz was DJing and DMX came out and performed, and then Black Rob came out and did Whoa. You feel me? If Nipsey was able to come out there and do some of his catalog, if King Von was able to come out on Dirk set, you feel me? These are some major losses that the game has taken. Nah, somebody said if Pooh Shiesty was out of jail. True. You know, a lot of the people, no offense to none of the artists that were performing, but we could have traded them for some of the artists that I was missing because I was ready to see some Pop Smoke. I don't know about you. I'm ready to see Pop. I heard them play some Pop Smoke shit. I was like, I'm ready to see Pop Smoke come and do the woo dance on these niggas in front of all of them. That crowd right there, that was kind of silly. And you know that crowd was, remember the crowd that were mostly Europeans. You know, Rolling Loud is for it's not for conscious music per se. That's not what they are known for. You know what I mean? They're not known for that. They got turn up music, you know, a lot of drill music, trap music, shit like that. Yeah, what if Fredo Santana came out? So what if Lamborghini came out on ASAP set? Do you understand what I'm trying to explain to you? Yeah, drugs kill, my nigga. and health is wealth. And health is wealth. You know? So a show like that, it did a few things for me. I saw the way that it was set up with the multiple stages, and then I seen how they was able to pack that shit with just mad different artists. It's a showcase, and it's also it's also like a homecoming and whatnot to see who's the hottest, to see who has more of the draw of the crowd, to see who has, whose spell is still active and whatnot. You see that by the reaction. You see that by the performance. You see that by the way the crowd takes to certain people and whatnot. I was able to peep all of that. I see who has star power. You feel me? I have a musical ear. I could hear, I could see who has a very powerful catalog. Because remember, it is about your show. When you get out on the road and you collecting big bucks, you know, you want to be you want to focus on your health. Yeah, Kodak is definitely still active, my nigga. Kodak is definitely still active. You know what I'm talking about? You know, he's definitely still active. Yeah, Rod Wave and Uzi killed it. Yeah, what about Playboy Cardi? How do you feel he did? You know, how do you feel he did? I mean, the crowd was kind of dead too. Crowd was definitely kind of dead. Let's do roll call because I'm running my mouth and whatnot. I forgot to do the roll call. I was just getting, I was letting y'all fill in those seats and get yourselves comfortable. But I definitely got to give y'all all the shout out. You know, we got to always highlight who's in the building because a lot of y'all tapping in from ancient y'all living on ancient land. Y'all tapping in from ancient power grids and things of that nature. Los Angeles on deck, city of Los Angeles, Queen Khalifa. You know what I mean? Yeah. Hartford is in the building. All right. Yes, yes, yes. Lenape Hoking land, right? Sacred land right there in Connecticut. Rough Buff, Washington State is in the house, right? Majestic Land, Michigan, of course, you already know. Heavy in the mounds. Houston is up in his hole. You know what I'm talking about? Let's not even talk about Texas, ATL. All right. KT aliens, KTL in the ATL. You know, Georgia, the land of the gold. You know what I'm talking about? Very sacred land, Atlanta, the red clay, NC, North Kakalaka. I mean, come on now. Talk black to me. Kansas City in the building. All right. Crenshaw's up in this bitch. Charlotte, Massachusetts, NYC, DC, Arkansas, Brockton, Mass, Native Land, Los Angeles, you know what I'm talking about? Texas A&M University, Chicago, Miami City. All right. A scientist studying in Antarctica. We see you. All right. Mexicano, San Jose del Pacifico. All right. The sticks of VA. Vermont is up in this thing. Denver up in this bitch. West Palm up in this thing. Dayton, Houston. You know what I'm talking about? Yeah. SC. Man. Look, I promise you. And this is not me talking out the side of my neck. Damn near every single place where y'all tapping in from, right? I shit you not. And this is not me just saying this to sound cool and whatnot, because it's fucking almost because it's midnight. Damn near, I would say 90% of y'all are tapping in from some part of the world, North America to be exact, right? They're based off of the studies that I've been doing, all sacred land. All sacred land. I promise you. Mostly native land. I mean, if you're in North America, you're on native land. There is no such thing as not being on indigenous native land. If you're here, my niggas, my ninjas, right? You could be from the Caribbean. It don't matter. It's all ancient sacred land, right? And when you study ley lines, when you study the energy grid, when you see how everything is connected, meaning that, you know, if you study the 100 monkey theory, like if I were to wake up, if I was to turn on, if my divine spark was to spark and I was to get this awakening and I start doing what I'm doing, studying, teaching, you know, refining myself, that has a reverberation amongst, you know, it's almost like waking up. Once my personal grid wakes up, I can affect the grid that I'm standing on. And that grid, whatever parallel that I'm on and whatnot, that grid can affect somebody on the other side of the planet. You understand? Because energy travels alongst those grids. And we are connected to the land because we are the land. We, you know what I'm talking about? From, you know, from whence we came. We are of the land. our spacesuits, our earth ships, our temples and whatnot, our human bodies that are designed intelligently, but is of the earth, right? So we're connected to this energy grid in more ways than you may even realize. It is of no coincidence that we are all on a frequency and we are all located and situated in certain central points around the world, around America, right? That's why when one of, like I said, when one of us has an awakening, and when one of us has a divine spark or one of those eureka moments, it sparks the minds of others that you're connected to. And energetically, you're connected to others without even having to say anything or talk to that person. You know, collective thought, definitely collective thought. Definitely collective thought. So first and foremost, I want to just give a shout out to everybody that's tapped in, the global family. I'm talking about the local family, the regional family, everybody that's a part of this whole web right here that we have weaved. Salute to everybody that's out there doing what you do. Hopefully the show greets you and meets you in the best possible of healths, physical health, mental health, spiritual health, economic health. You feel me? I will the best for every single one of you that are out there on your hero's journey. Nobody never said that it was going to be a walk in the park. Nobody never said that it was finna be easy. Nobody said that you were going to do it with a million people. You dig what I'm saying? Nobody said that it was going to happen overnight. But if you're on the path of enlightenment, if you're searching for a truth, if you're looking for some answers and whatnot, then you're in the right place. So, indeed, welcome to Melanin Mondays. This is episode 165. This is the prelude to a lecture that we have coming up on Thursday. I'm talking about? I'm doing back-to-back lectures. All right. Fear of a Blackamoor Messiah, the critical race, from theory to fact. Okay. It's time to turn theories into facts. You feel me? First and foremost, before I even step into this episode, I want to give a shout out to all of the students that pulled up on Thursday. All right. Salute to every single person that was in the building with me. I'm talking about around the same time that Kanye was premiering Donda. You feel me? I was premiering, me and Blue Pill were on Zoom premiering The Emancipation Ain't Free. It wasn't that many people that was in the Mercedes-Benz theater, but it felt like the same amount of people. And to be honest with you, the information that we was giving out was damn near, you know, it was, what's the song with him and Jay-Z? Ain't it about being locked up and not being free, nigga? Wasn't it about getting locked up and going to jail? Y'all heard that whole verse. You feel me? Y'all heard that whole verse, So everybody that came through to Thursday's lecture last Thursday, I appreciate y'all. It was a last minute rush too. It was kind of slow. And then the last 2 days, that shit picked up immensely. You know what I mean? And the people was in the building. And yeah, we went in for like 6 hours. I try to keep it down to 3, but that's semi impossible. Blue Pill went to effing, you know what I mean? He went in, he stuck his elbow in it, and I went in, you know. Yeah. So yeah, it was definitely a beautiful situation. It was a beautiful situation. And this Thursday we're gonna finish that up. We're gonna follow that up. We're going to because I have a lot of information and research that I was doing, and I'm gonna present it on Thursday for Fear of a Blackamoor Messiah, the critical race from theory to fact. All right. The new hot button topic is critical race theory. So it is. I'm gonna make the call. I'm actually going to make the call. I'm gonna plead with my audience, and then I'm also gonna plead with the brothers and sisters that are in this community that are the teachers and whatnot. Can you still buy the lecture? Yeah, of course you can. All right. Just send some. I'll give you the cash app to send the bread to. and whatnot. Let me put that on the screen. So because of what we see taking place in the schools, what we see taking place in Texas, right? And what we see taking place in, I believe it's Illinois, where they're going to make it mandatory that the children learn about. There goes the Cash App, and get $44 in your email, and I'll make sure to send you the link so you can view the lecture. And over at 6 hours, you'll be able to pause it, stop it, go and do some studying. My segment, I was going in on, what I love to talk about, all things digital. So the evolution will be digitized. It was an add-on to the conversations that we've been having since the beginning of the year. And because the crypto market is waking back up right after we did, if anybody's in the audience and y'all remember, right after we did Thursday, then the shit started going back up. Bitcoin came back to life. Is that a fact or not? You know what I mean? And now we're shooting back up, and we're shifting from out of this bear market, and it's looking like we're gonna be going for a summertime bull run. You feel me? So I gave up a whole lot of information dealing with the metaverse, NFTs, decentralized autonomous organizations, decentralized finance known as DeFi. You dig what I'm saying? And I also talked about decentralized autonomous organizations, which are the all autonomous organizations. They got Wyoming just passed a bill that gave DAOs the right to be legally LLC'd in America. That's the only state that you can do that. But what a DAO is a fully automated company that you could run from your phone. There's no human at work and whatnot. You don't have to have any human labor. You now can have a fully automated business. It could be a multi-billion dollar, multi-million dollar, it doesn't matter. You have the right now, if you LLC your company in Wyoming, to run a fully automated business. Pay attention. I promise you. Do your research. Don't be so cool that because I'm not talking conspiracy theory or I'm not talking trauma bonding and whatnot, that you let shit fly over your head and you don't take advantage, because you're going to wake up and go on Instagram and people all around you are going to be getting further in their journey, or they're going to be hitting licks by using information, because once you apply this information, it spins into gold. You could turn it into something very profitable. I shit you not. So hold on. So when it comes to this critical race theory thing, what's very important and what needs to be known and what needs to be said is that collectively, we, especially those of us who consider ourselves to be scholars, we at least owe it to ourselves as a collective, not as individuals where we are putting on for our individual platforms. And, we're just putting on, we're saying what we want to say. We're just moving the way that we want to move. We're with our own little niche audience and whatnot. So we're just answering to them. No, I feel at this point, the severity of the situation should, at least have the quote unquote thought leaders and the lecturers, and not just this community, but other communities, melanated communities come together and at least sit down and propose a solution to how we're going to move forward and make sure this information reaches the children all the way up to the elders. Because now that there's a direct pushback in government, where they're blatantly saying to your face, a year after promising Negroes, you know what I mean, giving out a promise to Negroes and all of their quote unquote co-conspirators and their cohorts. They promised the Negroes that they were going to do right. They promised the Negroes that they were going to take statues down. They promised the Negroes that they were going to allow history in the right quote unquote history, that is, or the revision of, or the revising of a history that has been proven to be erroneous and false. Yet and still, a year later, with a Democratic president, right, and an Indian American vice president who happens to be in an HSBU almond, right? She's in one of the she's in a sorority, correct? So with all that being said, and the quote in the numbers that prove that melanated women and men were highly responsible for this election, they're telling you to your face, nah, we not fucking with y'all like that. We are not going to put your truth in our schools. And there's really nothing that you can do about it. There's really there's no one that you can run to. Because if there was somebody that we can run to, we'd have been ran to them. If there was somebody that can answer or could speak up or could be the spokesman for the collective and speak sense into these quote unquote politicians, somebody would have said something at this point. You understand? So, with that being said, the people who are going to suffer the most are going to be the children, if you honestly look at it, because they're going to be lied to, not in the ways that we were lied to. They're going to be further lied to, and based off of their cohesiveness or their the way that they're cognitive of the world around them today, right now, we know that they've been dumbed down, and the fact that the schools have been withholding vital information from them, we could see the results of that on these children as we can speak right now. The children around America, North America, and I'm suspecting outside of the borders of America, are going crazy in many different ways. They're showing many different signs of dysfunction and whatnot. They're showing many different signs of a collapsed society. They're showing many different signs of, the fact that they are not going to be the model citizens that are going to hoist high civilization into its next epoch. It's not what they're looking like. Yes, and then they did say that the Hispanic community will be the future of this country. With that being said, if they're not going to teach Negroes, coloreds, and African Americans their true history, when do you think they're going to start teaching Hispanics their history? They're really going to whitewash that and cover that up, and they're going to give them a revisionist version of history. They're going to highlight certain people in their timeline and whatnot, but they're not going to give them the true history about what happened to their people and why they here and why they are who they are right now, why they speak the language that they speak, why their names are the way the names that they have, and why many of them are quote unquote tied to the Catholic Church by the ankle. They will not tell them that. They're going to give them some whole nother shit. And then once again, they're going to point to our people and say, you see these niggas, you see these blacks, you see these people with melanin, those are the lowest rungs of society because we said that they are. Those are the quote unquote, dregs of society. Every single one that you see, they came over here on a ship. Your ancestors were here. We got here on the ship and they mysteriously disappeared, or whatever they tell these people happened to these people, besides telling them that they massacred them in mass. And then all it's going to cause is more confusion. So it's time to start teaching these children a lot more than what they know. We have to come up with ways. If it's going to be through the movies, if it's going to be through video games, if it's going to be through DAPs, if it's going to be through anything outside of the natural, the usual realm of of going to school from K to 12. Because at the end of the day, we're going to have to figure out other ways to reach our children and to learn them. Real talk. And that has to happen, and that can happen, and that will happen, and that should happen with the utilization of the technology that's available at our fingertips. It's not hard. It's not out of our reach. There's so many tools out here to play with. You know what I mean? So many options and whatnot. We haven't even exhausted 5 of them. So nobody can be like, oh, but I don't know. You don't know because you ain't sat down and brainstorm with some geniuses yet. You know? Where are our fearless saviors? Go and look in the mirror right now. Go and look at the mirror right now. That's right. So the whole world the whole world is unfolding organically. Right? Cubans, the Haitians, the Africans, people are beginning to stand up. They wilding in France. We just talked about France the other day. They wilding in France. You know, the people are fed up. The earth is pushing back. There's floods everywhere, flash floods everywhere. It's looking like the Great Flood. Look at China. Look at India. They're not giving you the numbers the same way when the building fell in Miami. They didn't give you the numbers. They called off the search and everything, but they didn't officially put the numbers up there and say more than, at first they said 9 people perished. And the whole building, the whole side of a goddamn apartment building fell down. You feel me? They won't give you. They'll wear it. They wore that story all the way down to where it's not even mentioned anymore. And then they're gonna put the official number of the people that perished and whatnot. And we're talking about Miami, the heights of luxury in America. You know what I mean? According to the blogs, or according to the way that they make it look. God damn it, South Beach in Miami is the pinnacle of uber luxury, and you got buildings collapsing out there. You got buildings collapsing, right? And they didn't even, usually that would have been a big tragedy. That's not even, the news cycle is moving at such a feverish pace. That shit has been overlooked many different times. There's floods going on around the world. Thousands of people are dead. All they say is they're missing and whatnot. Oh, they said some shit in China. We have 47 people feared dead with 1,200 feared missing. Missing? Nigga, if you didn't find them, this is water we talking about. If you didn't find them in 10 minutes, they gone. What is you talking about? They got sandstorms. This sand is bigger than the sky. Hurricanes in China. Hurricanes in China. The train in China got flooded. These people drowned on a fucking train, underwater, on a train. Are you serious? And the train can't move because it will electrocute them. What the fuck is going on? Yeah, the condo collapse is only saying 98 victims. They were saying that for mad long. The Haitians are protesting their government, which protected them from a U.S. takeover. Presidents are being assassinated in Africa. You cannot see American manipulation. Yeah, come on. All them presidents that didn't want to take the Jabbington. You know? Yeah, and I put that up on my Instagram where in Dubai they sending drones to to make it rain out there because of their drought. You feel me? So there's a lot going on in the world right now. We're gonna talk about that on Thursday. We're gonna cover a lot of things, and we're gonna talk about the beginning of the Jason months, how this whole thing is beginning to unfold. This is, like I said in the beginning of the year, this is 21 Savage. It's a wrap. 2021, this is definitely year one. Shout out to Ross Ben. I've been watching his brother's broadcast. I'm gonna have him on the show very soon as well. It's been a while since we brought the elder back to come and give y'all some of that teaching and whatnot. But one of his guests, Albion, he was talking about last year, March 13th to be exact, Friday the 13th. And I brought this up before, right? And I talked about how the day that they canceled the NBA, which was March 11th, on March 13th, which was Friday the 13th, when Donald Trump declared a national emergency, that was the day, that's year zero, day one of this new world that we live in. We're on year one now. This is year one of that shit. So by time 2022 reaches, this is gonna be a completely different reality from the one that we exist in right now. And niggas be sitting around kind of lollygagging in a sense, kind of sort of. You know, I ain't judging nobody. But if you sitting around just thinking that every day is everything and whatnot, and it's gonna be what it is, I have something to tell you that it's not gonna be that, my friend. Not a year from now, shit gonna be different. You could put yourself in a position to where however different it becomes, you know, you okay, you're not uncomfortable, because the thing is all about being as comfortable as possible, right? It's definitely, they're gonna ramp up this whole propaganda campaign that they have against the unvax. They making the unvax look like the ops right now. They making the unvax look like we the zombies right now. You know what I'm talking about? They making the ops. They making the app. They making it look like we from 63rd, my nigga. Fuck you too. I see the propaganda. I see how they are subtly creating a divide. They're suddenly creating me versus them, us versus them. They're suddenly drawing a line in the sand on you niggas. I promise you, they're gonna make it uncomfortable for anybody. They're gonna come out with these badges on these. They're gonna come out with something to be like, nigga, identify yourself. You got reflectors on? Nah, bleh. Like they're about to identify who don't got the vax. People, if nobody said nothing about that being a super spreader event at Rolling Loud, nobody had a mask on. Yeah, the year of fear. Nah, the year of fear was in 2020. That's when I did the year of fear in January of 2020. I saw it. So now we are in 21 Savage. 2020 was the year of fear. 2021 is 21 Savage. It's a wrap. The year started with the white boys attacking the Capitol. Like this shit was like they was the quote unquote White Walkers in Game of Thrones attacking the wall of ice. 2021, it's a wrap. 21 Savage. And as this year progresses, you see the savagery in all of its splendor. You see it showing its teeth in all of its splendor. Nothing is hidden right now. The veil is continuously exposing itself like a cheap hooker. It's showing you them legs. And them legs is those legs belong to a meth head. Keep pulling up. That's Madonna's legs, nigga. It keeps showing you her legs. Lady Liberty is a thought. It's hashtag it's a wrap. There's no going back to normal. Go back to what? The white boys climbed up the Capitol like they was out here America Ninja. Like these niggas was climbing up the Capitol building. They sacked the Capitol, and like one of them only got jail time. Only one of them got jail time to this day. Wait.
To this day. To this day.
Make sure y'all get y'all Red Summer album. We're gonna take a intermission and listen to some music. Shit, make sure you get your face rollers. You gotta roll your face through this. This is important. It's a lot of stress that could accumulate in your cheeks, my nigga. If you gotta live through the shit that I'm living through, like, where's the support team for the reporters out here? Because we getting banged up in these streets, my nigga. The shit that we covering It's not for the weak-minded. In order to keep up with shit like that, bro, man, this takes a lot of, you have to have your wits, you have to have everything, you have to have your faculties in order, because you could get lost in it. This shit is a rabbit hole that goes very deep. When you start doing the research, when you start digging in, this is a very deep rabbit hole. You could get lost in this rabbit hole. Start for law. You feel me? I seen niggas get lost in this shit. It becomes them. You know what I mean? You become what you despise the most. You go, it's like a homicide detective becoming a motherfucking serial killer. It's like a homicide detective becoming a serial killer. He became desensitized and dehumanized by being at too many crime scenes. And then there was a thin line between him and the killer. And he stepped over that line, and he'll never be able to step back over into the world from whence he came. That's how this shit can have you at the end of the day. That's how this shit can have you at the end of the day. If you don't have foundation, if you're not tied into something that forces you to practice some type of discipline, if you just out here winging this shit, you don't got nobody to answer to, and you don't have nothing tied around your waist to hold you from falling into this shit, my nigga, you could lose yourself. Look around on the internet and think about niggas that you were following 10 years ago, 5 years ago, and then put in the search engine either on Instagram or YouTube or Twitter and go look for them. I promise you. And you tell me what you see. And I'm not out here talking about nobody behind their back, but see how people have fared and whatnot. Go, go listen to their old shit, and then listen to what they're talking about right now. It's a lot of people who have lost integrity. They've lost their character. You know what I mean? They don't have much to offer because they got lost in this shit. I promise you, they got lost in this shit. They went too deep into the spiritual realm, and they got lost in this shit. They went too deep on the dark side, and they got lost in this shit. They went too deep in this fake ass famous smoke and mirrors, and they got lost in this shit. They went too deep on a motherfucking yellow brick road chasing fame and got lost in this shit. You understand what I'm saying to you? The integrity. It's about the integrity. It's about character. That's what's gonna lead you in the right direction on this motherfucking road, my niggas. If you lose it, you lost. There's no GPS, there's no coming back. There's no coming back. And the road to come back is going to take your ass a lot longer if you just stayed the path and whatnot. Nobody's perfect. I've lost my way sometimes. I've never claimed that I've been perfect in this journey that I'm on. I've lost my way. You know? I look back at old Melanin Mondays and I be like, what the fuck was I thinking? You know? What was I on? So it's very important, to remain in some type of circle or network that's going to keep you on your toes, that's going to keep it real with you, that's going to hold you accountable and not just have you out here doing whatever the fuck you want to do, because that's how you get lost in this shit. You start believing yourself. You know what I mean? You start seeing something else in the mirror that we all don't see. That's just what I can use that example, and that's what I saw in Rolling Loud this weekend. Niggas lost their way. They don't. I thought I was doing bad sometimes. I forget my lyrics when I'm on stage, but every single act that I saw made me feel like I'm fucking, you know what I mean? Like I'm out here, like I'm Busta Rhymes when it comes to performing. They gave me a lot of confidence watching Rolling Loud. Dead ass. These niggas, it was a lot of people that was horrible, bad. Like, how you a performer, you camera shy? Gunplay said that feds run Rolling Loud. I think they do. I really do. Feds do a cleanup. They do a sweep before every Rolling Loud and clean niggas up. They lock you up. You know what I mean? They meet you at the airport sometimes. But Griselda was good. Griselda was good. They had Shorty Armani Caesar. You know, everybody crew has a girl that's like a Nicki clone now, like a mixture between Nicki and Cardi and Megan, like a something on a petri dish. Like it's a fucking a hybrid of all three of them in every group. Every group got a chick who's instead of the A&R budget, it went to a body BDL, right? What is that? The Dominican, what's it? A Dominican a DBL, a Dominican butt lift. What's the whole body called? What's the body? What's the nip and tuck when they do the whole body and whatnot? What's that called? Huh? When they take your stomach and they make it they turn it into your and they make it a bubble. A BBL. Brazilians, yeah. Where they going to Brazil or Colombia for them things? You know what I'm talking about? Where they going to get them things? Colombia. You know what I mean? A BBL, right? Everybody got a BBL. Everybody have a girl on their team. They got a body. She, you know that she don't. She, you know, but Shorty got Caesar Armani, right? She giving me a little bit of Foxy vibes. Megan Philia, yeah, Megan Philia. You know, it's a lot of Mag the Stallions out there, and it's just it's where the game is at right now. Like I said, nobody is in the game holding nobody accountable. There's no accountability. Hip hop is deregulated. There's no there's no big homies to answer to. On the women's side, Lauren Hill and Queen Latifah and them and Moni and them, they not making no noise. They not stepping in on the eldership. They're not moving like elders where they're like, yo, y'all gotta come and sit with us before you even get on. I don't give a fuck who you sign to. If Jay-Z want to sign Meg Thee Stallion, she got to get interviewed by us first. The Council of Elders. She's gonna have to answer some questions about pure hip hop trivia. You know what I mean? It can't be the Cosmopolitan magazine or Elle magazine, right? Or Maxim or Sports Illustrated inaugurating hip hop people as the next nothing. You can't. That shit can't be done through Madison Avenue. You know what I mean? Gucci and Louis Vuitton can't put the next nothing. XX, even magazines like Double XL has lost their credibility. Where are the journalists who are credible? I know we got Elliot Wilson, people listen to him, but where's the network? We had the Source back in the days. We had Double XXL when it was refutable. We had Ozone magazine and shit like that. There was some type of refutable magazines and quote unquote hip hop journalists who were official. Now it's Twitter tweets, it's memes and whatnot. There's no quote unquote filter system that we could really be like, this person is official because this person co-signed them, or this journalist gave him the thumbs up, or this 5 mics from the Source. That's the fucking bar. That's the 16 of the moment right there. Right? Yeah, Big Nas got to check Little Nas. Fuck is True talking about?
To this day. To this day.
That has to happen. That has to happen. The big homies need to step up and say something and do. I don't know what they need to do, but after seeing Rolling Loud this week, bro, and I saw about 80 artists. I shit you not. I saw about 80 different artists. They was running them niggas out like an Amazon motherfucking Amazon warehouse line. They was rolling them niggas out like they was made from Alibaba was making these niggas. They was rolling clones out, my nigga, back to back. It was this nigga was a clone of this nigga was a clone of that one. And compared to what I saw back in the 60s, the Summer of Love, the concert that took place in Harlem, Marcus Garvey Park, I don't think they was singing over their vocals, right? I don't think they was singing over their vocals in the 60s. They was putting on a show and they stood for something. And they stood for something. So where's the artists that stand for something? And I'm not just talking about one of your songs out of your 10-song catalog where we got to get through 800 niggas dying before we get a song that's talking about we love the children. Not that shit. There's nobody lit in the industry. Where the fuck was Mike Son at, my nigga? There's nobody lit in the industry that's talking about no type of that. Rolling Loud is not interested in none of those niggas. They not interested in none of them. The music industry is run by Satan. Well, what the fuck? What are we to do if it's run by Satan? God damn it. Satan needs to give us a fucking he needs to give us a seat at the table. The gods, even Satan be willing to compromise. What the fuck are you saying? Music is the highest expression. And that's right. Who the fuck is Satan? If that's the question. What if it comes to find out that you Satan or Saturn? Nah. Music is divine. Music is divine. You don't even know where music comes from. You're not going to stop people from making music with your mouth, biz. You know what I mean? Look how a man like Bismarcky turned his body into an orchestra, into an instrument. Look how he was able to take tones and frequencies and he turned his body into an instrument. That's called Godding, my friend. Right? The devil didn't have nothing to do with that. The devil didn't have nothing to do with that. The devil could not stop that. When the men was up there beatboxing and whatnot and making their bodies instruments, the tonalities, that speaks to your soul. Gotta study the high science of music, my friend. You gotta study the high science of music. Music touches the soul. Music touches the soul. Music is divine. It is the highest expression of the arts. You feel me? It is the highest expression of the arts. So for our brothers and sisters out there to just be like, yeah, you know, I must just sell some bricks. You know what I mean? I'm gonna kill a few niggas and then I'm gonna rap about it. It's like, damn, fam. Interesting. Is that all you have to offer? Because music is magical. Music is magical. Remember, the eyes are the windows to the soul, right? The eyes are the windows to the soul. The eye observes paintings, drawings, right? Cartoons and whatnot, colors, the arts. That's what your eye observes. But the eye is dealing with outside. The ear is different. The ear is dealing with within. You don't watch music. You don't watch music. You experience music. It's for your soul. You don't watch music. You experience music. The ear, your ear, go inside your ear. It's a fucking cave. Where does it take you into? It takes you inside. Music doesn't exist outside of yourself. Music exists within, my nigga. It's different. It's different. Music is different than any of the arts that you could pull out. It's dealing with the soul. It's going within. So those people that run the industry have manipulated the quote unquote tonalities. Yes, with the 4 and the 4/4 and whatnot, the 440. They've manipulated the sound. They've manipulated the frequency. They manipulated the tonalities. That's why the music sounds different. That's why the music is out here painting pictures and whatnot and creating a reality, because art imitates life and life imitates art. As you can see, people are speaking their own demise into reality and whatnot. So yes, if we know this and if we are bearing witness to this, then why is it not a concerted effort? If there's a war going on outside, why is there not more of a concerted effort to fix the music, right? If not even fix the music, create a counter. We are counterculture. The best way to go to war is through counterculture. You don't run up and run into something head on. What you give, quote unquote, what you pay attention to and what you give energy to has the potentiality to grow. So instead of giving it so much energy, oh, this negative rap, this stop music, no, my nigga, why don't you tap into the God frequency? Why don't, instead of the 440, why don't you get back on the 432 and whatnot? Why don't you create God music, God hop? And for you artists and for you DJs and whatnot who have, everybody has a fucking position to play. It's like being on a NBA team. It's like being on the Olympic team. Everybody is not to fucking run the ball. Some people are sharpshooters and whatnot. You know what I mean? Some people are to bring the ball down the court. So where's the program directors? Where are the DJ pools? Where's the playlist, my nigga? Where are those at? Where's the playlist at? You know how the game is being run right now. This is a streaming game. Where's the playlist? Where's the program directors? And where's the DJ pools? That's the only people that I want to talk to right now. And where's the producers that got that motherfucking sound? Why don't you want to be a part of history? Why so many people are so comfortable being complacent and not putting up no motherfucking points? All you waiting for is niggas documentaries to come out on Netflix and Hulu so you can see everybody tell a story about their greatness, but you don't want to live out yours. And you know that you live in a day and time with the potential to put some fucking points up on the board and to be great. The potential has never been greater. There's such a void. The void to fill is bigger than any planet that they'll ever discover. There's a huge void to fill because niggas is not bringing it in the musical realm, and music is the magic. We could talk about Hollywood. We could talk about the moving picture because that's a whole nother aspect of warfare. Hollywood is one of their most efficient weapons. Counterculture, reverse engineering. How are you going to step into the matrix, Neo, and affect that shit by doing what? By writing the script, architect, right? By flipping the script, architect, by peering into the future, Oracle, by being the motherfucking wise one, Morpheus, my nigga. You got to be able to activate all of those things. You have to be a visionary. You have to be a visionary to peer into the future, to be able to pull the veil back. You got to be able to write the code writer. You got to be the key maker. You got to be able to walk through certain doors. In the game of chess, it's the queen that's able to move everywhere on the board, correct? So where are your group of queens? Where's your queens that are going to help you move through this matrix and move through this board and get certain things done and whatnot and open certain doors so you could get to the Merovingian or you could get to the motherfucking payday? Yes, Space Jam 2. Al G Rhythm. Al G Rhythm. Where's your algorithms? What algorithms are working for us in the metaverse or in the matrix? What code did you write, nigga? What code did you write? We supposed to be writing codes in these lyrics. We supposed to be writing codes in these 16s. We supposed to be writing codes in these hooks and whatnot, in these bars that we come up with, let alone the other codes that we supposed to be writing to get us in the motherfucking game, in the metaverse and in other places. We supposed to be stacking these codes because if you go to GitHub and other places, the codes are already written. They already wrote the code. All you got to do is stack on top of the code. They already wrote the code. Niggas don't even have to do the heavy lifting. The white boys or whoever it was already wrote the code. The codes are right. The algorithms are out there. All you have to do is tweak it. All you got to do is tweak it. We need our own fucking Rolling Loud. I'm not selling. I don't want to get on Rolling Loud stage. I wasn't impressed, fam. Not at all. We could do that. We could do our own version. They out here making artists big. Artists get big based off of their Rolling Loud experiences. Once you hit Rolling Loud stage, you become a legend. I went all the way back. I saw when other artists that are big right now were very small on Rolling Loud and in their humble days and whatnot. You get exposure, you start streaming, that concert could break artists and whatnot. We deserve to have our own versions of that. I get so exhausted by tossing so many pearls and whatnot because I don't know where these pearls be going. I don't know if the shit is just piling up and just sitting somewhere catching fucking dust. Because niggas will take your idea and run with it. And won't even involve you, won't give you no, they'll try to do it and try to stunt. Meanwhile, they stunting on themselves and whatnot because the shit'll flop. But we need our own Rolling Loud. I saw a formula. I saw how they set it up. It's not hard. Yeah, like Jack the Rapper. Like Jack the Rapper. You know what I mean? You niggas could catch a flight. You could set it up on one of our indigenous land. I don't want to go to no municipality. I don't want to go nowhere where we're not owners of the estate, where we don't have no stake in the land. I don't want to get Miami more richer off of our presence and whatnot. I don't want to. I feel that we could start building. There's too many people out here that's supposed to be doing too much. It's 2021. God damn it. You feel me? What about them? What about the black people that bought those 19 acres in Georgia? We could build a sound stage out there. This is how Woodstock was built up. This is how other places have been built up. You know what I mean? The man in what's that? The desert shit. Man in the desert. Lollapalooza. A bunch of shit. They're giving melanated people that black beach back called Bruce Beach, right? In LA. Let's do it there. They're giving the melanated people their beach back. Let's do it there. I want to go to a melanated owned land. I don't care where it is, but I don't want to do it in nowhere. I want to do it somewhere where the grid is going to be lit up. I want to do a concert on the top of a fucking mound if need be. Yeah, Burning Man. They got Burning Man in the middle of the desert. You know? So, our own concert. Let's visualize this. Where it'll be like 2 or 3 days of some conscious artistry, right? High vibrations. You could bring the Rastaman them, Naya Bengi, you know what I mean? The brothers that are doing the roots and the culture from Jamaica, right? From the Virgin Islands, from Trinidad and Tobago, you know what I'm talking about? And from Africa. You could bring in the brothers with the Afro beats. You could bring in the brothers that are bang the war drums and whatnot, that do ceremonial drumming. You could bring in the heavy spitters from the East Coast, the West Coast, down south, and the Midwest, right? People that have a catalog. Cyrock, Cambada, the Pillars, AA, Royce the 5'9", artists like that. Most Def, Lizzie Jeff. And then you make it to whereas the people can't say no. You make it to whereas the people, road show. You know what I'm talking about? The same way that they set up Afro Punk, J Elect, King Los, right? You have a battle rap stage. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I need whoever's down with this to hit me up so it's not just me talking, because I'm visualized. I don't just talk. I put it out there. I have faith in my word. I know that my word grows legs. You know what I'm talking about? I know that it grows legs. And by year 3, I'm giving it 3 years before it really gathers itself. Year 3, we could be closing in on Did I say Erica Badu for the first year? We can make that happen. If not year 2, year 3, we got Kendrick in the building. You know, all of the top shotters. We got Nas coming through. You know, we might even have Lauryn Hill open up. But we can do all that. We could do all that. And we really need something like that. I mean, there's all of these fests. Pay attention to the fests that these white boys and these real estate agents are going to be throwing. Look at their lineup. Look at their lineup. Look at what they're perpetuating. Look at what they're going to promote. They have a quote unquote a niche that they're aiming for. They have a niche. And that niche doesn't involve high vibrational music and whatnot. Shout out to Kanye with the Donda album. Like I said, all red in Atlanta on the day that we was doing our thing, me and Blue Pill. Shout out to the brother. I heard the album. I got a chance to listen to the album that he premiered at Atlanta at the Mercedes-Benz Theater. And the instrument spoke to my soul. You know, the tonality and the hooks and the rhythm and the melodies and whatnot, it spoke to me. And I liked what I heard. And the fact that he dedicated it to his Umi, his God, right? One of the most important people in his life, a direction that led him down a very twisted, dark fantasy when he lost her. And the fact that he was, and he is, and he shall always be going through a healing process. But the fact that he was able to recreate new life, right? Bring new life to this planet to continue on his legacy, right? To carry his name and whatnot. I respect that. It is what it is, you know? I respect the people, you know, I respect that. Live your life. Be fruitful and multiply. Especially if you can afford it. You know? You bury that hatchet with your big brother. You show conflict resolution. You might bring the throne back. You know what I'm talking about? Why would I be mad at that? Look, on the flip side of what we saw take place with him and Jay-Z getting back together, on the flip side of that, in the drill culture, we just waiting for an op to die. Right? Niggas waiting for an op to die. Yo, I wonder if the dude Little Dirk got beef with get killed this week. I can't wait till that happens. That's a celebration. We're going to smoke to that. We're going to pop bottles to that when the ops die. So the opposite of that is to see two men, both billionaires, who've had situations that you know, they had to work them out. You know what I'm talking about? It's all an act for the most part. Yeah, but like he showed you in the album release, this is a stage. You know, this is a stage. Stars are out. Nobody twisted anybody's arms to make 60,000 people fill up that stadium in one fucking week. That wasn't a conspiracy. That was real life. That really happened. Right? That wasn't the Illuminati. That really happened. That was just people being fans who wanted to come outside. This Atlanta. Niggas in Atlanta got 8 things to do in one day. They could have been somewhere else besides there. There's a deal on a hot wings at Pinups. So we saw raw people react to raw talent and something that he couldn't do running for president, right? What is music? Music is magical. Music supersedes all that fuck shit that you niggas is talking about. Politics, all that other shit, sports, whatever. Music is the highest expression. It's magical. And the industry, as I see it right now, if it's magical, what type of magic are they dealing with? What would be is it dark magic? Is it white magic? Is it Enochian magic? Is it chaos magic? What's the magic that the majority of the industry is dealing with right now? I know that the color is red. I know that the color is red. Regardless of what the magic is, I know that the color is red, my niggas. They dealing with red magic. That's the color. Like Kanye said, I can hear colors. The color's red, my nigga, and orange. You said that you said it's alchemic, or is it Egyptian? Gangster party. Just hit me on send me an email, please. You know? Green money. You know, we're gonna talk about all of that on Thursday. We're gonna get into all of that in the bag on Thursday. Where's Bobby Hemmett? There's Bobby Hemmett could be found on YouTube. On YouTube. You heard that he was charging 50 for a 6-piece tender? You damn right he was. You get one night to come and see me, my nigga. You get one night to come and witness, right? 70,000, my bad, in a couple of days. You get one night to come and chill with me in a stadium of my choice. You damn right my wings are gonna cost $50 too. You know what I'm talking about? My shirts will be $200, and to get some sea mosses, that'll be $40. Straight like that. You'll remember the time that we were together. You get one night. Right? He can't repeat that again. That was a one and done. Let me get that. So, Son is a legend. They wasn't feeling Bobby Shmurda because he don't got no new shit. They should have let Rowdy rock. Rowdy got more new shit than he got. They should have let Rowdy rock. They don't know his songs like that. Yeah, it's definitely marketing. They was selling bags of air on eBay from the Kanye show. They was reselling the fucking chicken that they bought on eBay. They was reselling the t-shirts. We live in a resellers market. This is cost and value. This is a value economy. We live in a resellers market. You got to know the game that you're playing. You understand? You got to know what game you're playing in. And don't get played out of the game. It's a resellers market. It's up. Shit is up. You know? It's definitely up. Lucifer was the angel that was the head of music in heaven and God's favorite, and no one forgave him. But the whole world worships the black man's music. Well, is he Lucifer then? You know? Is he the Lucifer? The largest white supremacy group in Georgia? Is that what you mean? White supremacy group? Send me that link. You know? The locks dipset tickets are through the roof. I would think so. That's the hype. They were selling bags of air for 3 stacks. You know? Why Red be giving this man the time of day? Who's this man? What man? talking about? We need to take gun ownership more seriously in the community. I agree. Lucifer and Jesus are one and the same. Yeah, that's been said. Music has been proven to help plants grow and make the molecules of water form perfect geometric shapes. Only positive music does this. Sade, not Nicki. And why it's the same reason why I said that for one of the solutions that anybody can implement, right? Any promoter, any group of people that are out there, you could create a music festival with artists that are going to be giving good music, right? They're going to be broadcasting and they're going to be performing a certain frequency of music, a certain type of tone, a certain type of frequency, a certain type of harmony, and a certain type of message in the words because the words cast spells. So, yes, bring back the higher frequency concerts, bring back higher frequency arena shows, build it up, book every single artist that is out there, every single, I don't care if it's 200 of them, do the same thing that Rolling Loud is doing for the trap rappers and the drill rappers and other MCs and artists and what, do the exact same thing that they're doing. Take it to different regions, West Coast, East Coast, South, and Midwest, and let these artists introduce themselves to the audience who needs them. The music is going to speak for itself. Okay. Yeah. So yeah, I'm not going to be here all night. I'm not going to be here all night. You know. But I appreciate everybody for pulling up and having this conversation. I got to get back to studying. I got a lot of work to do before Thursday's lecture and whatnot. Some more deep diving and shit like that. You know, how do we keep the egregores at bay? That is an interesting question. How do you keep the egregores at bay? Which ones? Yours or others? Yours or others? Right? Because that you have to define that aspect. Your egregores or others? Yeah, we need a 24-hour stream for the youngins. I agree. Janae Ayako put singing bowls into her music. Oh, I didn't know that. I like her. Music is how you keep the animals at bay. Okay. That's what's up. That's what's up. But we'll continue this conversation. I promise you. We will continue. We'll go a little bit deeper. We'll talk about the majesticness about music. So it's just not, because I know people hear that, but we'll give you the full science. We will present the full science. So we don't just look at this music as just music. We look at it for what it really is. And we understand, we look at why powers that be are doing a lot to control it. You know what I mean? They're doing a lot. They're spending a lot of money in order to control it, to have it contracted, to own it, to own its likeness. You know what I mean? To be in control of the final word when it comes to putting out certain music that certain artists are creating, because those artists have signatures, and those signatures are, messianic signatures. Yeah, Red Summer. You see that Red Moon, right? Red Moon been popping. Yeah, it's a Red Summer. You know what I'm talking about? Space Jam breaks down the conversation. Yes, it does. Yes, it does. Yeah, it bypasses, it goes right to the soul. It definitely goes right to your soul. My stream chasers, I have something. I have a surprise for y'all too. I have a surprise coming up for all of my stream chasers. Check your emails. You're gonna be receiving something in the next few days. We have some very good news on that front. Yeah, man. Oh, you in New York City for the first time? From Chicago? How long you in the city, man? Hit me on the email if you need any if you need me to point you in any direction and whatnot. If I need to help you out or look out or something and get you anything that you need, you just hit me on that email, Brother Arson. All right. I'm not in New York City, but I'm not far away from it either. Yeah, I'm talking about. So yeah, we're gonna pull out. You know what I mean? We're gonna pause. We're gonna end the show. You know what I mean? What about this hiatus that you were talking about? I don't know. What about it? You know, what about it? It's all I gotta put it in the schedule though. You know. What song y'all want me to leave with? I'll give it up to the family to put that out there. What song would you like me to close out with? And that song I will close out with. Like I said, get your face rollers. Let me give you the website for that. Get your physical CDs. All right. Get your physical CDs. We have some merch, t-shirts. Shout out to Black Magic 363 in the building. Get your these things popping. Oh, you want to hear Valkyrie? I do too. Oh, somebody said before you said that, somebody said we opened up with 24 hours. We opened up with 24 hours. Twin. Okay, I might do that. Let me see if I got that. But yeah, y'all stay up, man. Y'all stay focused. Y'all stay dangerous. You know what I mean? And stay studying, stay in them books. You know what I'm saying? Stay studying. It's a lot of things going on right now. Do not be distracted. You know what I mean? Keep your eyes on the motherfucking prize. You feel me? So July 29th on Thursday, I look forward to seeing y'all. Pull up. All right. We will be in the building.
Blue pill and KTR3. A mother. I have to say this about my sons. Red pill, blue pill, and KTR3. A mother couldn't have, and a father couldn't, or a family couldn't have a better set of sons. Because, no, really, and that's not to say these guys are typical. They're not angels. They like.
We cross the Pacific Atlantic, it's ours. The force of the mystic, the planet is ours. Mechanical powers that slams into towers. Botanical daughters, we planted the flowers. And the hour, them hands that empower. More diesel than plants of the shower. More lethal than grams of the powder. Expanding my power, no people programming my hours. Find us in traffic with traffickers. Can find us in fabrics. Designers is African. Shriners is Arabic. 44 Maverick, 24 carat drip. 42 savages. Are we some savages? Slaves to the lavish shit. Say we them Africans. Pages of papyrus. Age of the activists. Waving the magic stick. Ways of the Nazareth. Raising up Lazarus. Red stones on my red throne. Bread thrown at these red bones. In a red robe with a red robe. Feds probe when them heads roll.
With the blue steel on the blue moons, hot as blue flames, doing blue shrooms. Got the blueprints, leaving blues clues. All this blue money that I blew through.
I am a king, I am a scholar, I am from royalty, I am T'Challa, Wakanda forever, Killmonger forever. I'm true to Shambhala, I'm new to Kabbalah.
The ink of a scholar worth more than the blood of a martyr, worth more than the drugs in the cart of the sport that can cut through the armor. The Lord that can crush you through karma is such a dishonor.
Unplugged from the matrix with digital pills, paid all my dues with indigenous bills.
Fuck all the frivolous thrills, bitch, I got bridges to build, bridges to fill.
Free Gargamel, I got midgets to kill. City of God like I've been to Brazil.
Agendas to fill, rinsing the steel. If you enter my field and I said you gon' squill.
Red stones on my red throne, bread thrown at these red bones. In a red rose with the red robe. Fence probe when them heads roll.
With the blue steel on the blue moons, hot as blue flames, doing blue shrooms. Got the blueprints, leaving blues clues. All this blue money that I blew through.
Puffin' on ganja, we fucking up commas.
Sacred geometries, face of anomalies.
Facing idolatry, Jason on Halloween.
Racing economy, great trigonometry.
Ancient lobotomies, ancient philosophies.
Ancient is Socrates, raping the sodomies.
Gave an apology, ancient neutrality.
Fuck all the drama, let's fuck up some comments.
Since King H.E. Eddick was fucking Madonna.
Love for the genre, I'm busting my llamas.
These fucking piranhas and words of Killmonger.
Buried at sea with the fucking piranhas.
You selling them hope like you fucking Obama.
We selling them dope like we fucking Osama.
Life is a bitch, let's just call her Madonna.
Adopted a twin from hotels in Rwanda.
Red stones on my red throne.
To
Red
this day.
throne at these red bones.
To
Red
this
road
day.
with the red road. Feds pro with them heads roll.
Blue steel on the blue moons, hot as blue flames, doing blue shrooms. Got the blueprints, leaving blues clues. All this blue money that I blew through.